Hello, grade twos. Hello, everyone. How are you guys today? Are you good? Are you happy? Are you ready for our maths lesson? Okay, say hello to the clock. Hi, clock. Can you guys tell what time it is on the clock? This one's not such an easy number to tell, but we are going to learn in our maths lesson today how to tell the time. Now we're going to start off really easy and slow, and then maybe eventually we're going to be able to read this time on this clock. Okay, let's start our maths lesson. So, how do we tell time? Now you all might recognize these. These are different kinds of clocks. Here we have a red alarm clock. And usually an alarm clock like this rings really loud because of the two bells on the side of it. Here we have a vintage clock, a really old clock. And if you notice, these numbers are not like the numbers you are used to. These numbers are called Roman numerals. I think this is a really cool clock. This you might recognize. We all have one of these, or our mums and dads have these. This is a wristwatch, and you wear it on your hand. This is another old sort of watch. It's called a pocket watch, and people would keep these inside their pockets. Down here, we have a digital clock. A digital clock has the numbers already shown for you, whereas an alarm clock is actually called an analog clock, and it has the numbers all around in a circle, and we have to read the hands of the clock. And this is an hourglass. Now we might use an hourglass when we play games, and when the sand runs down to the bottom and there's no more sand at the top, it means a certain amount of time has passed. So when the sand runs out, the time is up. Okay, so using these clocks, we can tell the time. But how do we tell the time? Here we have an analog clock. You will recognize it because it has a round shape and it has the numbers 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, going all the way around. Now, there are also two main hands on a clock. Now, not like the hands that you and I have, but a clock has its own hands. This hand is called the hour hand, and it is the short hand. And the long hand is called the minute hand. If you look at the numbers on the clock, these big numbers represent hours. So when it moves from 12 to 1, it means 1 hour has passed. And from 1 to 2, another hour has passed. In between the numbers, you will notice little baby lines. These small lines represent minutes. So each line is 1 minute. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and all the way around. So these are the basic parts of a clock. Now, let's see if we can tell the time. Now, when the minute hand, the red hand, when the minute hand is at the 12, we say o'clock. So when the minute hand is here, it's always going to be o'clock. Now, what is the time right now on this clock? That's right. It's 1 o'clock because the hour hand is pointing at the number 1. So we say 1. And the minute hand is pointing at the 12. So we say o'clock. 1 o'clock. Now, what happens when the hour hand moves? So the blue hand is going to start moving. Let's try to tell the time when the hour hand moves. Can you tell what time is it now? It's 2 o'clock because the hour hand is at the 2 and the minute hand is at the 12, which means o'clock. 2 o'clock. What time is it now? Yes, it's 5 o'clock. What time is it now? 6 o'clock. How about now? It's 9 o'clock. What time is it now? It's 10 o'clock. And when the minute hand and the hour hand are both at 12, it's 12 o'clock. So when the minute hand is at the 12, it's easy to tell the time because it's just 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and so on. But now, what happens when the minute hand, the red hand, when it moves away from 12? Let's say it moves to 6. Now, what time is it? Well, let's have a closer look at our clock. As I said before, the little lines on the clock are minutes. So each little line is 1 minute. So when the minute hand moves from 12 to 1, it moves past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes have passed. So that means it's 5 minutes after o'clock. So when it reaches the 1, it's 5 minutes. When it reaches the 2, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and if we count from here, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So in order for the minute hand to go right around the clock back to 12, it's going to take 60 minutes. So that means there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay, so when the minute hand moves to the 6, it means 30 minutes after o'clock. 30 minutes have gone past. Now, when 30 minutes have passed, we can say it's 30 minutes past 12 or 30 minutes past 1, but we actually have an easier way to say this. When the minute hand is at the 6, we can say half past. So we can say 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, and so on. Let's practice. What time is it? Now remember, the hour hand is just past 2. So it was 2 o'clock. But now the minute hand has moved all the way down to 6, the long hand. And when it reaches 6, we say 30 minutes after 2 o'clock. And how can we say that in an easier way? It's 2:30. How about now? What time is it on this clock? Yeah, 30 minutes have passed after 4 o'clock. So now it's 4:30. What about now? 30 minutes after 8 o'clock is 8:30. And what about now? We still have 30 minutes that have passed, but now the hour hand is past 11. So it's going to be 11:30. And the last one. It's still 30 minutes. So it's 7:30 or 8:30. Has the hand passed the 7 or is it past the 8? Yeah, it's past the 7, not past the 8. So it's 7:30. Good job. Okay, that's enough practice. Let's look at another kind of clock. This is a digital clock. Now, a digital clock is really cool because it tells you the numbers. So you don't have to read the numbers, or you don't have to count all the little hands on the clock or all the little lines on a clock. You can just read the numbers from the digital clock. Now, on the left side of the clock, we have hours. So 7 hours. And on the right side of the clock, we have the minutes. So 30 minutes have passed. 30 minutes have passed what hour? 7. So that means it's now 30 minutes after 7. 30 minutes after 7 o'clock. So it's 7:30. Now, what time is it on this analog clock? This is an easy one. When the numbers are 0, the hand on the clock is actually by the 12. So do you remember when the minute hand is at 12? It's o'clock. So now we can say 1 o'clock. What time is it now? Is it still 1 o'clock or have some minutes passed? Yeah, 30 minutes have passed. So we say 1:30. 30 minutes after 1 o'clock. What about now? Have any minutes passed? No, there's a 0 here. So it's just 9 o'clock. What time is it now? Is it 4 o'clock? Or is it 4:30? It's 4:30 because we have 4 and then there are 30 minutes that have gone past. 30 minutes after 4 o'clock is the same as 4:30. Okay, grade 2s. So now you have a worksheet. On this worksheet, you have to write how many minutes have passed after the time. So here we have the shorthand, which is past 6. And the long hand, the minute hand, is at 6. And remember, 6 also means 30 minutes have gone past o'clock. So it is 30 minutes after 6 o'clock. And you can try and do the rest on your own. Now be careful with the last one. It says before, not after. So it's going to be 30 minutes because it's at the 6. 30 minutes before. Is it 30 minutes before 8 o'clock or 30 minutes before 9 o'clock? Has the hand reached the 9 yet? No. So it's 30 minutes before 9 o'clock. Okay, on the next part of your worksheet, you're going to write the time on these clocks. Now you can choose. You can write the time as 4:30, like how we have on a digital clock. Or if you want to write it down in full, you can say it's 4:30. You can choose how you want to write it. But when you have the digital clocks at the bottom, you're going to have to write the full name. It's 8 o'clock. It's 7:30. And the last part of your worksheet, you're going to draw the hands on the clock. You're going to draw the minute hand, which is the long hand. Now remember, when the long hand is at the 12, it's o'clock. And when the long hand is at the 6, it's half past. So on this question, you're going to draw the long hand at the 6 so that it can be half past 9. Okay, good job, grade 2s. Now let's play a quick game. Are you ready for the game? Woohoo! Now you guys will remember this game. It's called Find the Minions. Now, remember how to play the game. You have to choose a clock on the screen, and hidden behind the clock are some minions. And if you find a minion, you get a point. And the more minions you find, the more points you get. So, for this game, I'm going to allow you to choose 2 clocks. And then I'm going to reveal what's behind the clock. Now I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Here's my timer on the corner of the screen. So you have 30 seconds to choose 2 clocks on the screen and read the time of the clock. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Can you choose one? I'm going to read the times for you. 12 o'clock, 2:30, 11 o'clock, 1:30, 4:30, 7:30, 3 o'clock, 11:30, 4:30, 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 1 o'clock. And our time is up. Now, have you chosen 2 clocks? Okay, I'm going to reveal what's behind the clocks, and if your clock has a minion behind it, you get points. Are we ready? I'm going to choose 12 o'clock. Oh no, no points. How about 4:30? Oh no. How about 7 o'clock? Oh no, guys, I'm not good at this game at all. How about 11 o'clock? Yay! 1 minion equals 1 point. So if you chose 12 o'clock, you get 1 point. Okay, what about 9 o'clock? 2 points. Let's go for 7:30. That's 1 point. 2:30. 1 point. 4:30 on the analog clock. Yeah, another 2 points. Now, if you chose 1:30, let's see how many points you get. 3 points. Good job if you chose 1:30. What about 3 o'clock? No points. What about 11:30? 1 point. And the last one, 1 o'clock. If you chose 1 o'clock, I hope you get some points. Oh no, no points. So how many points did you get? Did you choose the clocks that have lots of minions behind them? Well, very good job. I'm not very good at this game, but I know you guys are. Okay, so this game is not as fun as when we play it in the classroom, yeah? But we can still try to have some fun, even though we have online classes and I can't see you guys and I have to see you from far, far away through my computer screen on our Zoom classes. So, good job, guys. I hope you understood how to read the time. And that's all we have for today. So remember, when we read the time, if the minute hand is at the 12, we say o'clock. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And when the minute hand is at the 6, it means 30 minutes have passed after o'clock. So we can say 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 11:30, 12:30. And that's all for today. Good job, grade 2s, and remember, I love you always. I miss you guys so much, and goodbye.